everyone. My name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time in the United States. That's midday if you're in Australia or 1 a.m. if you're in the UK. Selfless One, hello to you as well. Beep to you too, Smurfberry, and hello Sniper Echo. Good to see you guys. We're going to continue working on the House in the Hollow game that is available to wishlist now on Steam. We're working on the kitchen for that game, so that's what we're going to try and continue on with today if Phil doesn't talk too much. That's not going to happen, you know that. Remember guys, if you do miss the live streams though, you can always catch up and watch them at any time by clicking the videos tab on my Twitch channel page. If you want to join the Phil Does 3D Discord server, you can either type !Discord in Twitch chat to get an invite link, or you can go to the About Me section on my Twitch page, and in the panels below you will find a blue graphic that says join the Phil Does 3D Discord. Click that and you can get an invite link that way. Hellforge, good morning to you as well. Remember guys, if you do have any questions while I work or you just want to pop in and say hello like these guys, that's always welcome. But if all you want to do is watch, that's completely fine. Thank you, Hellforge. There's the Discord link in the Twitch chat, and there's the link to wishlist the game on Steam if you want to. Okay, so yesterday we were working on the kitchen. We're working on the lower part of the kitchen cabinets here, and we're going to continue doing that in Substance Painter right now. So we've started working on our kitchen cabinet. We'll finish it off, and then we're going to do the other side, then we're going to do the tiles. Let's see how we go. So the doors is what we're working on. Okay, and I worked out what the handle was. It's this one called Sci-Fi Iron 2. So Contigi, hello to you as well, Contigi. Good to see you. And Contigi's had his vaccination shot. I've got to wait for mine. I'm probably not going to get mine till about the middle of the year or toward the end of the year, I think they said. Euro, yo to you as well. Good to see you, Euro. So, that's right. So we're doing HIH kitchen doors as the smart material we've created. So we're going to continue with that. Contigi says yes, no side effects. So all good here. Well, that's good to hear. Because did you say? Well, it was you, Contigi, that said that weren't you working with somebody who had come down with the human malware? I wasn't sure if you actually caught it or not. I can't quite remember. But you've got your vaccination shot now, so you're all good. Yura says, not grown any extra limbs yet then, to Contigi, I'm assuming. The vaccination shots are pretty safe, guys. I know that you can read all sorts of weird and wacky things on Reddit and Twitter and God knows what other forums that go around of people saying strange things, but generally I think you're safe. Oh, that's right. Contigi says, I've had to isolate due to a co-worker getting COVID. Think 3 or 4 times. And really, you had to do it 3 or 4 times in 2020? Wow. Yura says, yeah, I'm only jesting. Yeah, I know. You guys are pretty sensible. It's just, some of the strange people on the internet think that, well, anti-vaxxers and all that sort of thing. Look, vaccination's only good if we all do it, guys. So, and enough people around the world, there's millions of people have been vaccinated now. So if anything bad was going to happen, it would have happened by now. So, Yura says, we're 19 days with no cases again after the Christmas blip. Well, the same here in Victoria. We're about 4 weeks with no cases, which is good because we had another blip as well. Well, we went back into lockdown for a week because it escaped from what they call hotel quarantine. So basically, any international travellers, only Australians are allowed to fly back into the country. Tourists aren't allowed in at the moment. And when we bring our nationals back, they have to quarantine in a hotel for 14 days. And the last outbreak we had was it escaping from hotel quarantine. Like they have security guards that monitor people in these hotels to make sure they don't leave. And one of the security guards caught it and then passed it on to his family members. And so that was a bit of a scare. We went back into lockdown for 5 days. But we've had no cases now for coming up to 4 weeks, I think. So Euro says our total to date is only 70. Wow. We've had more than that, but not as many as you guys in the US. It's been pretty bad over there. Android Lust, hey, it's good to see you. Says, must be nice to have no cases. I know it's getting better in the US though, because you've started your vaccination thingy, so the numbers are coming down. It's still really high. I know a lot of people have died in the United States, which is incredibly sad. And a lot more people have come down with it, so yeah, it's not good. Kentucky says 14 days in a hotel. That's right, 14 days in a hotel. Oh, they're going to pay for it though. The government, when they first started doing it, like last year, this hotel quarantine, the government would pay for the 14 days, but I think now, when they come back, they've got to pay themselves to stay in the hotel and quarantine for 14 days. So, Kentucky says, kind of sounds like a nice getaway. People have said that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind staying in a hotel with room service for 14 days. But remember, these people can't leave their room, so they're locked in their hotel room for 14 days. I think they might let them out for like an hour of exercise, but they can't go out of the hotel grounds. So it's like being in prison, really, with room service. Euro says, well, we're still in lockdown in the second lowest tier here. Everywhere else is one tier higher. Yeah, we went into stage 4 lockdown when we had that small outbreak again, that 1 week lockdown. And that was, when they say stage 4, that means you cannot leave your house unless you have to go grocery shopping, you have to see a doctor, or you can have 1 hour of exercise a day. So yeah, it's the extreme lockdown, stage 4 for us. But we're not in lockdown now, although we still have to wear masks. So yes, make sure you wear those masks as well, because it keeps you and other people safe from you. So it's win-win. We still, like I said, we haven't had cases for coming on to 4 weeks, and we still have masks. We still have to wear masks. So, well, we don't have to wear them if we're exercising or if we're outdoors, but if we're going inside like supermarkets and public transport, all that sort of stuff, then you have to have a mask on. So what have we got? My HIH kitchen doors. Let's go into our smart materials and find that one. And wait for this to recache. Oh, it's caching. Oh, it doesn't cache. That's the problem with Substance Painter. It just does not cache. All of these little thumbnails, it regenerates them all the time. It's really annoying. Hellforge says, how are you doing today? I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking, Hellforge. I hope you guys are too. Yep, no, I'm good. Actually, I was going to say before when I started the stream, I'm expecting a package, a delivery, and so I might have to go, but it came just before I went live to air. So like I was in my final countdown going through, the countdown was happening, and then the buzzer went off, so you don't have to put up with that really loud buzzer of mine going off. Yes, a package, Nerfberry. Okay, so my HIH kitchen door, I could actually just copy it from here, come to think of it. Anyway, we'll do it this way. Come on, Substance. Now, why won't you show up? It's called My HIH Kitchen Doors. Are you going to be case sensitive? Is that what you're complaining about now? Okay, my HIH kitchen cabinet. No, kitchen doors. That's the one we want. So we're going to find, let's do this door here next, which will be, not that one, which will be this one. Right. Come on, Substance. Okay, let's get in here and have a look. Now the wooden planks are running in the wrong direction, so let's fix that up. Not that one. No. It's this one here. And we want to rotate this back to 0. Let's get rid of that blank layer at the bottom so we don't get confused. We want to make this bigger as well because it's too small. So let us expand these a little bit. I'll sort of get into an angle where I can see it a little bit better. Maybe like that. We can see the lines. And we're going to try and match it to the other door over there. I know it's difficult. It's even difficult for me to see, actually. I think what I might do is I might turn off the colour. If I can find it. There we go. It's easier for me to see and to match up the width this way. I think maybe just a little bit bigger. And I think we'll just change the offset a little bit. Maybe a bit smaller. I might have gone a bit too big. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's turn the color back on. And let's fix the handle. And the handle is going to be this one here. I want to remove that old color selection and pick that one. Okay. All right, I might do a copy and paste this time. So let's move to, I don't know, one of the drawers, I guess. Paste. Wait for the substance to work itself out. There we go. Remove the layer at the bottom. Now these drawers, we don't want these lines happening on the drawers. So I'm going to remove the line, which is that one there. Now this is not going to be glass, but I did set it up as a separate material color, vertex color, so we can maybe choose something interesting to put in here. Let's see what we got. We could use the same wood again if we wanted to. In fact, let's just I don't know if I really want to. Yeah, no, I think I want to make them a little bit more interesting. So we'll add a different, probably another wood though. What have we got here? No, not those ones. We don't want wooden planks. No, not that one. There is one that might look good, but I can't remember what I called it. So I've got to see if I can't spot it. Euro says, yesterday was Patch Tuesday. Yes, it was. I did all the updates this morning before I went live. All the Windows 10 updates, the cumulative update that happens every month. I updated all my machines this morning. These are most of the woods down here. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for like a cracked... I have like a cracked varnish wood. What did I call it? What's this old book? Okay. Must have been because I've been doing a lot of... I've been modelling a lot of old books and stuff for the game. Oh wow, what did I call that material? What? Let's see if I can't do a search maybe. Yeah, I can't remember if I called it varnish or what. I don't think I did. No, I'm pretty sure I didn't. Wow. So I can't do a search because I can't remember the name. This is why naming things is really important. USS installs all the things. You know, it's important to keep up with these patches because, you know, there's been that big security thing happening at the moment with Microsoft Exchange Server, which generally we don't have to worry about unless you're running a server, then it's not going to be an issue for anyone. But if you do run Microsoft Exchange Server, that's the email client thing, you really have to patch because there's that bad 0-day exploit going around. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You know, it's gonna take me half an hour to find it, then I probably won't like it anyway. Usually the way. Snipper says naming schemamming. Yeah, I know. Hero says, yeah, my old uni has been under a cyber attack since the weekend. Sounds like one of those encryption attacks. They're scumbags, those people that try and do that. Helpwood says, what are you looking? I'm looking for, I've got like a varnished wood, sort of crackled wood that I thought might look cool. That's what I'm looking for. I just can't remember what I called the thing. This is why I say naming things correctly is probably, you know, a good idea. I remember it's not called what you think it'd be called for some reason. I'm just... This is not what I want, but I'm just going to see what this one looks like. Because why not? I'm just going to mask it with a color selection to... This is what we used on the, you know, the spiral staircase. On the outside rim of that spiral, we used this material. Yeah, no, I'm already decided that I don't like the look of it. Even if I rotate it 90 degrees, which is the correct way. Yeah, no, I don't like it. I'm looking for this varnished wood. Yeah, it's called like, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a crackled wood. Like you remember, you know how antiques, once wooden stuff that's old, gets a crackle through it, like an old painting? That's what the wood is I'm looking for. Andrew Lott says, it would be nice if Substance allowed you to create a subcategory so you can store materials in it. Yeah, you can. They are correct. You can create your own, you can create your own sub-shelves or whatever they call them. As Euro says, that's what shelves are for. Smurfberry says substance as filtering system is simultaneously really powerful and really dumb. Helpwood says maybe increase the thumbnail size from medium to large. Yeah, I know, I would, but if I keep them this size, then they don't regenerate. If I make them large, you'll notice that they'll all regenerate. And when I get to the end and come back to the beginning, they want to regenerate again. This is why I've stopped using the really large thumbnail view, because of this stupid caching business that's going on in this program, or this lack of caching business. It takes forever to regenerate. But you are correct, it will make it easier for me to spot what I want. This is the problem with running on a 4K screen. Everything has to be made really large to be able to see it correctly. Helpful says not taking a dig at your age. My eyesight is terrible, so I have to bump up the size just to read it. Well, no, that's true. And look, I do use a 4K screen, so it makes things even smaller. No, it's leather rolled crack. That's not the one that I want. I thought I'd found it for a minute. Now, I know you're looking at this and thinking, oh, well, they're regenerating pretty quickly, and that's true. But you'll find out when I get to the bottom here and they've all regenerated, when I go back up to the top, they will have unregenerated. So I'm going to have to regenerate them all again. That's why I stopped using the large view. At least with the medium view, it keeps them in memory, but the large view, it doesn't for some reason. Those are quirks of Substance Painter. Come on, I've hit the mouse scroll wheel and see how long it takes it to actually recognize that. Forever. It takes it forever. I'm impatient. Do it now. It wasn't the walnut. You know, you see how if they all regenerated, but now if I go back to the top, you see, it hasn't kept them in memory. I don't know why it does that. It's really, really annoying. Anyway, I'll read the chat while I'm waiting. Android Lost says he's already wearing glasses. That's right. Put 2 pairs of glasses on. Android Lost says I never create a shelf. No, I don't either, and I really should. Because you see how long it takes the thing? It takes it forever. I'm going to have to start doing that though, because I'm just getting too many materials now. It's just getting a bit too confusing. I should start breaking them up into things like woods, stone, you know, all that sort of thing. Creating separate shelves for different sets of materials. And these aren't actually all my materials. I have a hard drive full of a lot more. I just don't install them all. Because otherwise it would just take forever. I can't believe I can't find it. This is so annoying. And this scrolling too, you've got to be careful. Sometimes it scrolls more than 1 or 2 rows at a time. Which is generally why I prefer to do it this way. The one time Phil shuts up. Where are you? Old varnished wood, that's what it's called. Jeez. Old varnished wood. I searched on varnished, it didn't show up. Let's mask this as color selection. We got there in the end. Now let's change the scaling. And I think what I might do is I might duplicate this layer. And we're going to darken it up. And we're going to get a smart mask. We'll go with surface worn. You see that it's actually applying that to everything and not just the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just select the one layer, actually both those layers. You can actually just group one layer, by the way, but I'm going to select both of these. And I'm going to mask with color selection on the group, just so it affects just the middle bit. It's because the mask here is above the color selection that problem happened. Don't know that I really like this mask. I might swap that out for something else. We can remove that color selection now as well. Let's just clear the mask. Let's look at let's look at stains and scratches instead. That's better. It's giving me a more sort of even. It's applying it more evenly and not making it look splotchy like it was before. Now I've got to decide whether I like it or not. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just jump back to the materials and see if there's anything else we can overlay on it to make it look a bit more interesting. Actually, let's go to the smart materials instead. Oftentimes I really like to use, it might sound weird, but I like to use a metal and do a different mix in the blending mode. Let's see if I can find something. Let's look at this this gold, tarnished gold. You see what that's done, but what I can do is I can then change the mixing mode. And sometimes you can get a really interesting looking effect. That's just giving us like a bit of green through the wood, which could be interesting. What's going on here? Helpwood says, I didn't even know it was possible to create subfolders. Yeah, it is. I don't use it, but it is. That's why I don't really mention it. You can create your own subfolders called shelves, different shelves. Helpwood says, I've been missing out. Ura says, just get a wider monitor. Android Lost says, I never knew you could change the size either. Helpwood says, since I'm a bit stuck on materials at the moment with all the projects I've been working on, I decided to make a gangster version of the Thompson drum mag and pistol foregrip. So now I have even more stuff to not make material progress on. It's okay to start new projects if you're getting bored with what you're doing and coming back to what you were doing at a later date. But you want to make sure you do come back to it. You don't want to keep starting new stuff and never finish the old stuff. But it's perfectly fine if you're getting bored to work on something new. Nothing wrong with that. Here is this feature creep. Yes. Helpwood says perfect time for coffee. Yes, I just had that. Android Love says looks like one day you gotta organise a bit. I do. Look, I really do have to organise these much better than I am. It's because I'm so used to working in Mari. I've never really given much love to actually organising Substance Painter, but I've been using it so much to make the game. I really should organise it better. I'm just going to see what this dirt and dust material looks like. This is one I don't generally use. I've got 3 or 4 different smart materials that I use for dirt. This is not one that I usually use. Let's change the colour of this. Pull out the saturation a bit. I might actually throw a smart mask down as well. For this one, because it is a dirt layer, we will use the surface warm. Hopefully you guys can see what that's doing there. I'm just going to pull it in a bit. Maybe pull up on the contrast. Pull back a bit on texture 1. Might just turn off the gold layer for a minute. No, that's right. And the world space normal. I might pull that right up so that we're getting darkening happening under here. So if I pull back on world space, see it lightens it up, but if I pull it up, because that's where our dirt would sort of accumulate anyway. I might just go back to the gold layer and I might actually remove the moss layer. I think what I'll do here too is I'm going to turn off the height information on a lot of these layers. Because I think it's just starting to look a bit too bumpy. In fact, what I think I'll do is I might do it on the overall group. So I'm going to change here from base color to height. And I'm going to pull back on the height. And let's look at the normal as well. Yeah, I'm going to pull back a bit on the normal too. I don't know, something about that, it's not quite right. Which layer is it? Yeah, it might be this gold layer, it might be a bit too much. I don't think we actually need the gold layer. blends a bit better. That'll do. We don't want to get too carried away. So I'm just going to rename this my varnished, V-A-R-I-N-S-H-E-D, old. Yeah, my varnished old. And I do have a color selection attached to this, which I really should remove before I make it a smart material, but oh yeah, we will. I'll just re-add it again in a minute. So I'm just going to make that a smart material. And we'll add the color selection back. Okay, let's move on to the draw now. For that one, we need to copy this one. Ira says, all patched up. Cool. Hellford says, yeah, I just need a pop. Actually, getting back to the cumulative update this morning from Windows 10, it was a strange update. It took a long time to install. Normally they go through a lot more quickly, so I think this is the first time Microsoft are pushing out what they call a service stack update with the general cumulative update. Normally they've kept them separate, so I had to actually reboot my machine twice to install the update properly, and I think that's because it installs the new service stack and then it installs the cumulative update, but they're all rolled into one. So when you install it, it's one. But Microsoft in the background, when you do a restart, installs the new stack update and then it installs the cumulative update. I think that's what's going on. I did notice it did take a lot longer than normally it does to install this morning when I did them all. Where's that drawer? Would be the one right at the top, wouldn't it? Let's paste that in. And remove the layer from the bottom. And because we use the same vertex color, it's picked that up correctly for the handle. Okay, let's move on now to the rest of it. So this is the drawer up here. Paste that in. Remove the blank layer, and that will just leave the bottom drawer. So let's find the drawer we just did, which is this one. Again, I'm just waiting for, there we go, substance to catch up, and I'm going to copy both of these layers. And we'll paste it into this one. And wait for substance. Okay, let's remove the blank layer and make sure our color selection is correct. Now that's interesting. You see how it hasn't actually, it looks different to this one. I'm trying to work out now why it's done that. So I've got to find, I have a feeling it's, no, it's not that one. That's correct. I think it's something to do with this layer here. Yeah, it is. It's this layer. So many layers. I will find the correct layer. I think what I might do for this one is I might turn this on and we're going to change the color here. Let's go into brown. And let's also mask with color selection just to the interior, just so we get rid of that white that was showing up there. I think we can call this cabinet done. Apart from up the handle, I have to fix the handle up. And that is going to be this one here. There we go. Now I think we're right. I think we can call the kitchen cabinet here done. Okay, let's do a save. And let's just want to make sure my varnished old, I've got to remember what we're calling these things, and my HIH kitchen doors. So remember, my varnished old and my HIH kitchen doors. We're going to need those for the other side of the kitchen. Let's export the textures. Kitchen, kitchen, kitchen. We're exporting at 2K, I believe, but we want to make sure we select the right template. I have not found a way to actually store the changed template. Like I do save settings and it saves it for this project. When I open a new project, it always defaults to this template of normal plus ambient occlusion, which I don't want. And I haven't found a way to save out this one, which I do want, which is PBR metallic roughness. So if any of you guys know, let me know. I want this to be the default, not the default as it is at the moment. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to go through and we're going to make the main part of the kitchen cabinet, which is this one here, 2K. I think for the doors we're going to make, and the drawers, we're going to make them 1K. So instead of 2K, we'll go back to 1K. I did check out that video that Sniper Girl was talking about yesterday from DICE, where they talk about using lower resolution normal maps. Lower resolution diffuse maps and high resolution normal map. It did look cool. But they were using what they call detailed textures as well over the top, which you can do in Unreal, but be aware of that. They weren't just making a lower resolution diffuse map with a high resolution normal map. They were also adding a detail map on top. Okay, so 1K, 2K in the right folder. Yes, export. Healthboard says, yeah, I just need portfolio pieces at the moment, and since I don't know where to take some of the material stuff, I'll let it sit for a while and work on something else. Well, that's fair enough. It's okay to do that. And I say to you guys, if you're not feeling it, don't force yourself to work, because you're not going to do good work anyway. So yeah, if you're not in the mood to do it, don't do it. Unless you're working for a studio, in which case you've got a deadline, in which case you've got to do it. Whether you like it or not. Andrew Loss says, there's no issue with working on something else. The issue is coming back to an old project that you realised you could have done things better. Yeah, look, I'm never happy with what I've done. I always think I could do better, always. And if I had my way, I could work on one thing forever. But there comes a time where you've just got to say, well, no, enough is enough. You've got to move on to something new. But I'm never completely satisfied with anything I've done. I always think I could do it better, and I always want to work on it for as long as I possibly can to make it as good as I can. Yura says, that happens to everyone, Android does. Yep. Andrew Doss says, and that leads to unfinished projects. Yuri says, I have a few rifles I should definitely get finished in my downtime. They patched the 0 day on Tuesday as well. I just had one reboot. I didn't get the one on Tuesday. Mr. Squarepeg! Sorry for taking so long to notice, Mr. Squarepeg. How are you? Good to see you. Hope you're well. Smurfberry says, I have no idea. Maybe a text file you can edit? Yeah, I don't know. Sniper says to Euro, hell, you should. Yeah, it's annoying. It's just these little quirks in Substance Painter that are really annoying. I mean, the fact that it doesn't remember, if I select large thumbnails, next time I restart the program, they default back to medium. The fact that it won't remember what my template I want it to start up as, and there is nowhere that I'm aware of that I can save that, because saving settings here only does it for this project. When I start a new project, it defaults back to the old template. So I would like to change that if I can. It never used to. The new update to Substance Painter did that. The older one, it used to stick with whatever I chose. But this new one, nope. Mr. Squarepeg says, doing well here. Good to hear. Android Lust says, hey, the sniper. Mr. Squarepeg says, I just ordered an arcade stick. Okay, like, what sort of, you're talking like the arcade stick that used to have a ball on the top, or are you talking like a joystick? Which one? And what are you going to be playing with an arcade stick? Sniper Echo says to Android Lost, hey, how are you? Yeah, so what are you playing with that requires an arcade stick? And I'm curious if you mean a joystick or if you mean a proper balled arcade type stick. I use generally, if I'm not playing a game where I need the mouse and the keyboard, which is my preferred way to play, because you get much more control that way. I generally use a Microsoft controller, an Xbox One, whatever they call it, controller. Mr. Squarepeg says an arcade stick for playing fighting games and beat 'em ups. Oh, okay. Cool. So the one with the buttons. The buttons and the ball on the Yep. Cool. Cool. I don't think I've ever, apart from when I used to play games at an arcade, which I haven't done for many years because there are still arcades around actually, which is surprising. Because everyone can game on consoles or on a PC now at home. But yeah, I have played on using an arcade controller many years ago when I went playing video games in arcades. Alrighty, let us make sure we did a save. I'm pretty sure we did. Android Lust says to Sniper, I'm pretty good, kind of tired early today. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit tired too, guys, you know. I went for another 5k walk yesterday. So it feels a bit tight today. Let's work on this one now. So I'm just going to turn off vertex coloring. And we're going to do that for everything. This one's going to be a bit more complicated because we have the sync. Actually, the sync is, yeah, we have the sync, so. But let's turn off, oh, I don't want the curve editor. Let's turn off vertex coloring on all these pieces. We're not turning it off, well, we're just hiding it. We're not turning it off. I should correct myself there. We'll fix that draw in a minute too. And the sync. Okay, let's fix this drawer. Sniper says to Android Lust, chill evening then I hope. Android Lust says, chillers and very slowly chipping at this project. So yeah, we have a bit of an issue going on here with the smoothing group, so I'm going to... We'll try changing the smoothing first, and if that fails, we'll go to an edit normal. And that fixed it up. So just changing the smoothing group. It was just an error with the smoothing on the normal. Okay, let us now we have to make sure that materials are all set up correctly. So this one, because we want to bring everything into Substance Painter as one object, so we can texture it up and we can see what it looks like. If we weren't doing that, we wouldn't have to worry about this, but we are, so we do. This material is going to be called that, and that's going to be assigned to the body. Next material is going to be called that. And that's going to be assigned to that. And then we have the drawer. And assign that to that. And then we have the door. And then we have the drawer. My apologies for my phone going off in the background there. I told you, the studio, I'm sure they watch me and they see when I'm streaming and they think, let's contact him now. I'm pretty sure that's who it is. And then we have the sink. And assign that one. Okay, I think we're good. Healthwood says at least they're not yelling at you for leaving the room this time. Snowberry's got the all-seeing eye. Yes, the all-seeing eye. I'm sure that they're watching me. They're all watching me. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you. We all remember that. Let's select all of these now and export it. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to export it as this name, which is kitchen bottom left. Export selected into the kitchen folder. And kitchen bottom left is what we're calling it. Okay. I'm not forgetting anything, am I? I always end up forgetting something. Okay, let's create a new project. And before I do that, I've got to remember my varnished old and my HIH kitchen doors. Let's create a new folder. Not a new folder, a new project. Kitchen. Kitchen. It was kitchen bottom left, wasn't it? So my varnished old and my HIH kitchen doors. Everything else should be fine. Have a copy while I wait for substance. Oh, too late. Substance was too quick. Let's bake out the maps. We're going to make sure we set it to 2K. We're using the high poly as the low poly, and we want to change the ID map to vertex color on all of them. Okay. Let's bake. And I can have a copy. Oh, thank you, Hellforge. My HIH kitchen and my varnish. Good, that'll remind me. Well, at least this time I can do a filter on the word my, because that'll get us halfway there at least. So, Sniper Girl, good to see you, Sniper Girl, says, I get here and Phil is talking. Huge surprise. Hey, come on. I was waiting for it to finish doing a bake out and have a coffee. Can't I have a chat when I have a coffee? It's good to see you. Okay, let's kitchen bottom left. Let's start with that one. So we're going into our smart materials. We're going to do a filter on my, because they're what they're all called. So we've got my HIH kitchen doors, wasn't it? I think. Yeah, yeah, that's not the one we want though, is it? No. Kitchen cabinet's the one we want, isn't it? Or was it kitchen counter? Oh man. I think it was this. I think we actually want the countertops because we're working on the main part here. Okay, that's the countertop, so that's all right. And then we want. I think it's the kitchen cabinet is the one we want. So let's see. Come on. You can do it, Substance. Hellforward says, Phil's been good at, but I've been very good. I've been working and chatting less. You know, the fact that it took me a half an hour to find, one texture that I wanted to use, we're not going to mention that. I'm going to move the countertops above the wood. So no one tell her that it took me a half an hour looking for a texture, for that old varnished wood texture. Smurfberry says, this looks like the same counter and cabinet that we've already textured like 3 times. It does. It's supposed to, though. You're so confused, Smurfberry. Alfred says only took him 5-ish minutes before he got on with it. Sniper Girl says dies from shock. Sniper Echo says last week I had over 135,000 stream points. And now I only have 19. What did I do? What did you do? I don't know. Do stream points expire? The viewer points, do they expire? I don't know. That's okay. I'm glad they're expired. Could you imagine how long you could make me silent for if you used 135,000 points? I'd have to go for months without talking. Yeah, I don't know if they expire or not. Maybe they do. Sniper Girl says, yesterday it took him 40 minutes to get started. That's an exaggeration. It didn't take me 40 minutes. It took me maybe 30 minutes. Android Lost says, how did you have more stream points than me? Sniper Echo is one of my oldest viewers. He's watched my stream since I started streaming over 3-4 years ago now. He was one of the very, very first people, and I know you were too, Android Lost, and so was Smurfberry Barbecue, and Sniper Girl has been a long time viewer too. But Sniper Echo, I believe, was the first. Could be wrong, because it was a long time ago, but I know he's been around forever. Sniper Echo says, don't know, I was saving for the 200,000k twerk stream. You don't want to see Philip twerk. Oh, you don't want that vision. You disappointed now? Sniper Girl says, no, it isn't. Kept track. Oh, okay. Sniper, you're keeping track of me, are you? Sniper Echo says to Android Dust, I'm older as I am. Smurfberry says, just click on people's names to find out. Well, there you go. Smurf says, oh right, you're not in the Twitch chat, so you can't. Sniper Echo says, 2021 is going to suck now, Phil. The dream is crushed. You'll just have to watch more and get more points again, won't you? That's the solution. Just watch more and get more points. Creative Steve! Hey Creative Steve, it's good to see you. Hope you're well. Hello to you as well. Always good to see you, Creative Steve. Android Lutz says the Sniper and Smurf followed on the same... Oh, there you go. Sniper Echo and Smurfberry followed on the same day. You're doing well? Good to hear, Creative Steve. Okay, so the other thing we're doing here for the doors... So what were the doors called again? They were called... It was kitchen doors, wasn't it? Or was it called something else? I don't know. I'm confused already. Yeah, it wasn't. I think this HIH kitchen doors is for these ones. Yeah, because the other ones had the paneling inside. These ones don't have any of that cutout paneling, so I'm pretty sure it's this one that we need for all of the rest of it. Smurfberry says, I don't know how I got here. Come on, Substance, you can do it. Okay, now. What's going on here? Something is not correct. What is not correct? No, I added the wrong one. That's what's not correct. So let's delete that. Kitchen doors. This is the one I want. So behave yourself and do as I ask, Substance Painter. Obey me. It's not its fault, it's my fault for choosing the wrong one. There we go. We need to rotate the paneling, which is this one here. And we need to change the scaling. And I'm just going to change the offset a little bit so that our edges here line up with the edge of the cabinet. So let's just change do I want to change the offset? No, I want to change the scaling just a little bit more. I'm going to hold down the shift key so I've got a bit more control. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Bigger or smaller? Bigger. And change the offset. Just a little bit more. A bit too much. Let's try 0.01. Change the scaling just a touch more. So I want it to be a little bit bigger, I believe. That's better. Now it finishes, each plank finishes on the actual edge of the door. Okay, let us copy this material. Remove the blank layer at the bottom. Let's move on to the next thing, which will be the... we'll leave the drawer for a minute. We'll move on to the next door. So let's paste that in. And remove the blank layer. We'll change the scaling to match the other cupboard door, which was this one here. Change the offset. That's better. Okay, let's move on to the drawers. So let's paste that in. The drawers I might keep the paneling, like the wood plank look in there on, don't know. Let's remove the last blank layer and let's just play with the scaling a little bit here. What do you guys think? Do you think we should have the drawers with the paneling like that, or no paneling at all? Like, yeah, no planks, or planks? What do you guys think? Planks or no planks? Sniper Echo says to Smurfery, I came for the pints or points. Hellforge says save and copy, good idea. I'll do that in 2 secs. Sniper Echo says to Hellforge, okay, doing that now. Creative Steve says, I don't know why, but after taking a week off of learning coding, I just got hit with motivation again to continue learning Python through my Udemy courses. I'm taking. I figured taking a break would be worth it. Python is a great language to learn. I love Python as a scripting language. It's used a lot in studios, design studios, film studios. They all use Python scripting because it integrates with a lot of art tools like Max and Mari and, basically everything. No planking, Smurfery says. No, so Android Lost says I vote no planks, and I vote no planks also, Creative Steve, so no planks it is. Okay, so then we have this one over here. So what we can do is copy this material, move to find the right one. That's the one there. Paste. Don't you crash on me. I'll will be very annoyed. I'm going to do a quick save here because I don't trust the program. And this is going to be called... This is called Kitchen Bottom Left. And I can have a copy. Helpboard says, I didn't know that we were voting, what we were voting for. I'm just happy to be here. Love all of you. We love you too. Android Lust is showing the Fildo love. Okay. Now there's just something that I'm not quite liking, and that is, again, it's this white showing through on the cabinet door here. So I'm just going to find that door. Is this one here. We're just going to have to go through the stack and find out which one of those that is happening on. Door, dog trimming. And so it's below this layer. I'm going to turn this on and I'm going to change the color again. This is why I generally painted wood. I added that and never used it for most of the doors, but I did notice on a couple of, it depends on the curvature is what's causing it, but that there was some, it was showing up a bit too light, so I added the paint layer to actually fix that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it back to a wood. Try to. No, it needs to be... Let's lighten it up a little bit. Maybe we'll darken it up a little bit. Actually, we might work with the luminosity instead, I think. That's better. And this one here, I don't quite like the blue that we're seeing through here. So I'm just going to go into that one and look at it. That's this one here. Again, because it's a smart material, and so the smart material works out how it should texture something based on, you know, your curvature map and the thickness map and the position map, all that sort of stuff. It will look different depending on the object. So we're going to have to tweak a couple of them here and there. So which one is this? It's this one here. We're just going to play with this a little bit. Creative Steve says, love you too, Help. We all love you, Help. Snappy Girl says, honestly, love all you guys. I love all you guys too. Snappy Girl says, that includes Phil. No, he probably doesn't believe it due to me giving him a hard time all the time. I know. You only give me a hard time because you love me. It's all good. What I might do here is I might knock just the mixing back a little bit on that. So we still have it a little bit, but just not quite as heavy as it was. Okay, we need to fix the handles on these as well now, so let us start with this handle. Is this one done or not? I think that one might be done. Let me have a look. Yeah, that one's done. So let's look at the next one. I did look at that video too, Sniper Girl, that you posted about DICE when they talk about using the higher resolution normal map and as opposed to the diffuse map. It was really interesting. Thanks for posting that. If you guys want to see it, it's in the tutorials and tips section on the Builders 3D Discord server. Creative Steve says, I've been enjoying... So yeah, sorry, I read that. Smebberry says, I love Lamp. Lamp loves you too. Mike Echo says to Sniper Girl, hang on, does that include me? Smurfery says, I have an old Udemy Python course, but I was taught by a dude who's teaching the new one. Ah, cool. Android Lust. Those Udemy courses are really cool, actually. You can get a lot of free ones, and depending on who the instructor is at the time that's doing the course, you can get some really useful and interesting information from them. And they've got a huge range, Udemy. Android Lust says to Creative Steve, you're going to do well with coding. Personally, I hated it, but since you're enjoying it, you'll do fine. Sniper Girl says to Creative Steve, nice, glad your teacher makes it fun. And she says to Sniper Echo, no, of course not. Yes, it includes you. Creative Steve says her name is Dr. Angela Yu. Oh. Sniper Echo says, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I'm not very lovable if I'm honest. I'm sure you are lovable, Sniper Echo. The Creative Steve says, highly recommended. Cool. Sniper Girl says, you're welcome. Going to be giving that a try on the gas station when I get to it. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how it goes because it did look really interesting. Where's the one I want? Where's the one I want? This one. We want to remove that color selection and pick that one. Let's move on to the next one. Creative Steve says, I started learning Blender 5 years ago thanks to finding Udemy back in 2017. Took Rob Tutel's course from the Texture Heaven site, made learning the basics of Blender fun for me on making environments, and been using Udemy ever since. Yeah, look, I'm a big fan of video tutorials. I find that's the easiest, I'm talking personally, I find that's the easiest way to learn something, as opposed to reading a textbook or even being in a lecture theatre and having a tutor or a teacher, droning on. I find watching a video is the best way to learn, because if you don't understand something, you can pause it, rewind it, rewatch it. If you get tired, you can pause it and come back to it later on. Because I don't know about you, but if I'm watching somebody teaching something, somebody talking a lot, I find it makes me really tired. Like I want to have a nap. I guess it depends on who's talking and how animated they are when they talk. You know how some people, when they're doing, you can watch some tutorials on things and the person, the guy or the girl doing the tutorial has got a really monotone, monotonous sort of voice. It puts me to sleep. But yeah, video tutorials I find the best way to learn. Sniper Girl says, I have so many things that I have to test out once I have the materials to do it. Creative Steve says, I work the same field. I learn more through video than book. Yeah, it's much easier to learn from video than from a book. That's what I find. And hopefully, like I said, it's only the people that have a really monotonous sort of tone that puts me to sleep. But even then, you can muddle through, have a nap if you have to, and come back to it. But Phil's so old that he has to have a nap 3 times a day now anyway. That's not true. Maybe once. Okay, and then we have the final one, which is the one down here. Alrighty, let's do a quick save and we can tackle the sink. Alford says, I've been thinking about going ham on the ArtStation learning thing since they have some interesting stuff there. Not thought about the Udemy though, but they might have some cool stuff too. Yeah, look at Udemy because there are a lot of free courses on Udemy that are really good. So you don't have to spend any money. I mean, ArtStation I'm sure have some good stuff as well. I don't know how many of them are free on ArtStation, but Udemy have a lot of free stuff. Having said that, if you come across a course that you want to pay for, then by all means do. Not everything is free, but they do have some good free stuff as well. Okay, so the sink. Let us find a smart material. Let me just remove my filter there. So I think what we're going to do is first of all, what we're going to do is go into the materials. I'm going to choose an underlying, oh man, don't do that. An underlying smart material, an underlying plain material that we can use just for the metal. Helpwood says, till I put Phil to sleep. Anonymous Gifter, thank you for the subscription. The tier 1 sub to Hellforge. Thank you, Anonymous Gifter, whoever you are, thank you very much. It's very good of you. Hellforge says, till equals today I learned. So yeah, we need to find a material we can use as an underlying material here. So let's see what we got. We have a bare metal. Let's have a look at that. Now we're going to be working in layers here, so bear with me. Let's remove this blank layer from the bottom, and I just want to see scratches. I might remove the scratches. I don't actually think I like them. We have a dirt layer as well, which is not so important because this is a base layer, so that could work for our underlying material. So now let's add another material on top of that again. The reason I'm not using a smart material is because I haven't really created one for a whole sink like this before. So we might see if we can't put one together. Might be better. What are sinks usually made out of? Are they made out of... Is it aluminium? No. Is it steel? It's usually steel, isn't it? I mean, I know it can be porcelain, but... Sniper Girl says, Anonymous Drifter, I love that. Helpwood says, Anonymous Drifter sounds like someone who drove around and delivered tofu while listening to some sick Eurobeat. Think stainless. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Let's just see what we got. Now remember, this is like a 1920s kitchen. That was the only thing that was throwing me. Because did they have stainless steel in the 1920s? I don't know if they did. I mean, maybe they did. I know they had like chrome. They had chrome. I'm just not sure that they had stainless steel, but they could have. Let's have a look at this chrome though. Yeah, no, I don't like chrome. Me no like. Android Lot says stainless steel, I believe. Creative Steve says this is looking good, thanks. It says that's a good question. Sniper Girl says invention of stainless steel in 1913. Harry Bailey of Sheffield, UK. Well, there you go. Stainless steel it is. Do I have a stainless steel texture is the next question. If not, we can use something else. We've got nickel. Silver. We do have steel, but we've got a few steels we can use. So let's have a look here. Let's see. We've got a dark steel, which I don't like. We've got a normal steel, which is not too bad. I'm just noticing actually with our sink here, I need to redo the smoothing group. So before we get too far into this, I'm just going to jump back into max. And we're going to isolate our sink. And we're going to add our smoothing group. That does mean we have to re-export our model again. And it's going to be, which one was kitchen? What was it called? Let me have a look. It's called kitchen bottom left. Kitchen bottom left. Let's jump back into Substance Painter and edit our project and reload the model. Kitchen bottom left. And I'm just waiting for Substance here, so. Sniper Girl says, Googled it. Android Lot says, but did they use stainless steel for sinks in the 1920s? Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to rebake out our maps in a minute once Substance is finished. Smurf says, Painter has like 5 by default. Yeah, stainless steel, I'm assuming you mean. Smurf says, if it helps if you search for the word steel. True. I'm just going to bake out the maps. Actually, I don't need to rebake the maps out. We didn't make any changes to the UVs. All we did was change the smoothing group. So this stainless steel is not bad. Why settle with one when you can keep going though? It's half the fun of Substance Painter. Let's have a look at Steel Bump. Okay, we can do some mixing, some interesting mixing. Let's have a look at Steel Dented. No, I don't like that. Steel Galvanized. No, I don't like that. What else we got? Got heavily corroded. Wow. Wow, that's a filthy old sink. I'm just wondering if we can use this in some way. Let me have a look. Call that done. That's right. Done and dusted. There we go. A dirty old sink. Sniper Girl says, I didn't see stainless steel in kitchens until 1935. You looked it up. Should we make it porcelain instead, do you think? Oh, we can make it steel. I mean, we can allow that one small difference in what should be there as to what we've got. So yeah, we can take some artistic liberty, I think. 1920, 1935, they're all around the same time. We should be okay. Because all of the other sinks are, like the bathroom, they're all porcelain. So I wanted the kitchen sink to be a little bit different from the bathroom. Sniper Echo says to Sniper Girl, nice. I was going to say, damn, you know your steel. Sniper Girl says, I'm good at Googling. Andrew Luss says, look like most were porcelain. Yeah, I'm sure they were. Sniper Echo says to Sniper Girl, I'd never have known. You're too honest. Andrew says, Luss says, that makes it great. Yep, there we go. Smurfberry says, ship it. Healthpoint says, ruined. Andrew Luss says, time traveler's house. Healthpoint says, maybe it was an aftermarket upgrade before the house got all weird and magic. Well, that's true too. I'm not going to remove this. I'm not going to use it like that, but we may be able to get an interesting blend going on. We'll have a look. I don't know if we need many more layers. We've already got 4 steel layers happening here. Well, let's keep going though. Let's have a look. What's this one? No, we don't like that. We've got a rough steel. And again, a rough steel could be interesting. So many steels. This one, what's this one? This one's still rusted with water, but I don't like that so much. No, I don't like that. And then we've got a steel worn. Oh, no, I don't like that either. Okay, let's see what we've got here to work with. I think what I'll do is I'll move that rust layer on the very top and we'll come back to that. So let's just turn these off and start with the base. So we have this base steel, then we have this more galvanized steel, then we have a bump steel, then we have a rough steel. I like the rough steel, but what I want to do is I want to do a bit of a mix. So we're going to go into our smart material. Smart masks, I mean. Get it right, Philip. Sniper Echo says, artistic license almost left this house without a kitchen. Need I remind you? No, you need not remind me. But this is what we're doing now. We're giving you the kitchen. You've already got the gold-plated toilet, so, you know, this is the last thing I need to do to keep you all shut you all up. We have one more room after the kitchen, actually. We're going to do the basement, so, or the cellar, or whatever you want to call it. The root cellar, the wine cellar, the basement. That will be the last room we need to do in the house. Actually, what are we going to do after that? That's a good question. We're probably going to move on to the... well, I might do some landscape stuff in Unreal. Or I might... We'll probably end up doing some landscape stuff in Unreal after we finish doing the building, I think. Andrew Dust says, I like the way you think, Hellfords. And Andrew Dust says he had PTSD from kitchens. That's right. You know how long it took me to come up with the design for the kitchen? Kitchens have caused me a bit of an issue. Even though I did start doing kitchens when I first started doing 3D. Snowberry says smart masks. Yes, smart masks for the win. Sniper Girl says, going to go, sorry for not being on long, got to go off work not too long ago and need a shower before it gets late. No problem, thanks for being here, Sniper Girl. I'll see you next week. You have a good week and a good weekend. See you later, Sniper Girl. Alfwood says, swim safe. Android Dust says, see ya. You have a good one. Yes, you have a good weekend. Andrew Luss says, Phil has to dodge sniper rounds from both snipers every stream. I know. Sniper girl, sniper echo, sniper. I get all the three S's always confuse me. Creative Steve says, have a good one, sniper girl. Okay, so yeah, we're going to use a smart mask. So we're going between a bare metal and more of a polished steel. So let's have a look here. What do we got? What do we got? Let's have a look at cavity rust. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn off the height. Yeah, I'm going to turn the height off. Let's see if we can't do an interesting mix here. So yeah, I'm going to pull back. It's probably easier to see in the base of the sink here is what's going on. So I'm just going to pull in a little bit of the bare metal through the shiny part of the metal. You know, we've got a bare metal and we've got a shiny metal, so I'm just pulling in some of the bare metal. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the next layer. I don't actually know if we need this layer, to be honest. Oh, let's leave it there. Let's see what we can do. Let's go with Andrew Luss. Sorry, greatest. Sorry, Sniper says to Andrew. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Let's look at the dirt soft edges on this one. And again, I'm going to turn off the height information. And let's play with the curvature on this. So again, this one's just bringing in more of the silver. Just a little bit around the edges. And then let's look at the last top layer here, which again is like more of a dirt layer, a dirty steel layer. So let's look at this dust soft edges one. And again, it's probably easiest to see around the edges here, the main edge part of the sink as to what's going on. You pull it out and pull it in. So I'm just pulling in a little bit on the rough part of the steel. And then we have this rust layer. Let's see what we can do with that. We may not use it, but let's see if we can't come up with something interesting. We have one called surface rust here as a smart material. So we can pull in just a little bit of rust through here and through here. Maybe if I angle it a bit better, we can see it a bit better. So we're just bringing in a little bit of rust here and there. Because again, remember the kitchen is quite old. We won't go too nuts. I am going to pull back on the... I'm getting the mix of the rust right first, and then I'm going to play with the height value. So I just want to bring in maybe a little bit of rust down here and around the sink. And I'm going to change this layer to height, and I'm just going to pull back a little bit on the height information, just because it was a little bit too bumpy. I might just pull it up a little bit more. What am I going to do here? I might actually add a paint layer. If I can find it. There we go. And I'm going to change to my brushes. I'm going to go with my favorite dirt brush. Let's go with this one. Make sure the color is correct. Bear with me. Hang on, Phil's getting confused. I'm going to put these, I'm going to group these all together. I'm going to call it my stainless sink. Now I'm going to add a hang on, I'm getting confused. Do I want a fill layer or a paint layer? Oh, I want a paint layer. I'm confusing myself. Hang on. What? That's not correct. What am I doing wrong? Do I want to add a mask? Is that what I'm doing wrong? Black or white mask? I can never remember. I always get it wrong. No, it's not a mask that I want. How can I have forgotten what I want to do? Sure, it's a paint layer. Is it because I already have a mask? Probably is. That's the one I want. I had to make sure it's in the mask layer and not add it to the actual texture layer. But I'm just going to paint out a little bit of the rust because I just think it's a little bit too much. So maybe through here. We'll remove just a little bit of it. Remove a little bit from here. That's probably okay. I just wanted it was just looking a little bit too heavy through the middle. There was too much rust. I just wanted to remove a little bit of it. That's good, but we can make the handle look a little bit more interesting now, I think. So let's go back to our materials. Let's do a quick save just to be on the safe side. Not going to have a coffee. For this one, we're going to go back into our smart materials. And I think I want to make the handles like a brass. So maybe, let's see what this one looks like. I'm going to mask with color selection to that. And we might also do a smart mask. I'm going to group that one layer. Where are we? Again, we're going to mask with color selection just to that. I've forgotten we'd actually vertex colored different bits of this, but I don't think we actually need to use any of that. But for the handle, we will. So now I'm going to go back to our smart masks, and let's use the surface worn one. Hang on. Yep. I'm going to remove the color selection from here because we don't need it. No, I did that incorrect. We're going to keep it there. We're going to remove this one. We're going to clear the mask. In fact, we're going to remove the mask. And we're going to use surface worn. We are going to I just want to going to change the hide information. Oh, actually I'm working in the wrong layer. That's probably what's going on here. I forgot to change it back to color once we switched out of hide information. So let's do that before I forget. There we go. Sniper Echo says, I got to shoot off early. No problem, Sniper. Have a good one. See you next week. Yep, I'll see you next week. You have a great weekend as well, Sniper Echo. See you next week, buddy. No problem, Sniper. Thanks for being here and watching. I appreciate it. So yeah, I've just added, just to make that stainless steel look a little bit more old and rusting and, you know, in better keeping with the rest of the sink. We've made the handle look a little bit older. I don't actually, even though we do have, like I said, a lot more colors we could add to this, but we vertex colored a lot of different sections. I don't think the sink really needs it, to be honest. We could go to town, but I don't really think it needs it. I think we're probably okay. I'm wondering whether it's still a bit too shiny. Let's do a quick save. Because we certainly could make it less shiny. It is stainless steel, it is supposed to be shiny. We have knocked it back here and there, so And if it's a little bit shinier, I guess it might look interesting in the building. It'll pick up the light more. It'll be more interesting. It'll pick the light up more, which will make it more interesting in the room. If we make it too dark, then we won't get that nice sheen of the light happening. I'm not even quite sure how we're going to do the lighting in the kitchen because normally I put a light in the middle of the ceiling, but because I want to hang pots from a pot rack in the middle of the ceiling, we can't have a light there. So we're probably going to have to put lights on the walls, I think. And so if we have a light on the wall, actually there's a window here. So that could be interesting. We've got a window right up here behind the kitchen sink, so we can get some nice light reflection happening from the window. Yeah. I also don't have a plug hole in here. Like I've got a plug hole, but no pipe. When I created it, I decided, I think, that because the player is only ever going to be able to see the kitchen from like an angle like that, see the sink, that we really didn't need to add a pipe in there because the player just won't know. Once it goes into the engine as well and there's a shadow happening, you won't see it. So. Andrew Dust says, my power went out mid-texturing. Oh no, Windows finally had a chance to finalize some updates. Oh, that freaks me out. There were two things that scare me with computers, with updates. Doing a Windows update and having the power go out, or doing a BIOS update on the motherboard and having the power go out. Because, you know, generally if you lose power during a BIOS update, you can brick your motherboard. That would be bad. Those things always, every time I do a BIOS update on the motherboard, I'm always thinking it'll be just my luck the power will go out halfway through and I'll brick my board. Windows updates are a little bit safer actually. I think Microsoft is smart enough to know it can either roll back the update or it can reinstall it. But BIOS updates, oh, they frighten me. No, it's no big deal if you do brick your motherboard with a BIOS update. You just contact the motherboard vendor and they generally will ask you to send it back and they'll reflash it for you, or they'll send you a BIOS chip that you can swap out. So, it's still frightening though. Oh wow. You know, what I might do here is I might just add a dirt layer to everything. Because I'm just worried that's a little bit too shiny. So let's go into our smart materials. Let's do a search for dirt. We do have a few different dirts here, so there is one called Dirty Steel, which I've never actually used. Let's see what that does. Dirty, that's for sure. Let's just play with the mixing a little bit. Let's cut back the shininess, but it has made the sink filthy. But what we could maybe do is go back to our smart masks and let's see, what have we got? Let's have a look at dust white edges.
It was so damn worth to wait every second, every day, to wait for you to hold my hand. And there is so much more to say. I could kiss you for
I want it to be a bit dirty, but I don't want it to be absolutely filthy. Jizan, it's good to see you. How are you? Hope you're well. How's things, Jizan? What you been up to? That's a filthy sink. Filthy, filthy sink. Dirty, dirty, dirty. We'll bring it in just a little bit. How dirty should I make the sink? Juzan says, I'm just waiting to relocate for the job. Oh, which job is this, Juzan? Where are you relocating to? I think what I might do is, I don't... Android Lust says, throw some webs in the sink. Some cobwebs, yeah, cobwebs. I think what I might do is, I like the fact that it's darkened that up a little bit, that it's not quite so shiny. I don't like what it's doing down here though, so I'm going to add another paint layer. And we're just going to paint out some of that dirt that's down inside the sink here, because it's just a bit too much. I don't mind the dirt running down the sides of the sink here. I think that's interesting. I just do want to remove a bit of the dirt from the base. Might remove just a little bit through up here as well. That's a bit better. It's a dirty sink. It's filthy. I mean, you know, I wouldn't want to wash my hands in that sink, but it's in a house that's over 100 years old. God knows how long it's been since somebody was trapped in the hollow and used the sink, so, yeah. Jizan says, a company called SAIC just going to be doing some modelling for augmented reality. Oh, cool. It's in Huntsville. I don't know where that is. Creative Steve says, so that sounds exciting, Jizan. It does. That is exciting. Augmented reality stuff is so cool. So cool. I like AR more than VR. I mean, VR is cool and everything, but it's not there yet. There's still... it's just not quite there, VR at the moment. You know, screen resolution, motion sickness, all that sort of jazz. With augmented reality, I think that's the future. That's much more interesting to me than virtual reality. So yeah, that sounds really cool. I don't think there's much more we need to do to this kitchen now. I think we're pretty much done. So let's make sure we do a save and let's export the textures. Again, let's go through here. We're going to make the main kitchen itself 2K. The doors we're going to make 1K. And sink Now I'm going to do the sink at 2K, but remember when we bring it into the game engine automatically halves that anyway. So even though we exported the doors at 1K, it's going to bring them in at 512, and even though we exported the cabinet at 2K, it's going to bring it in at 1K. So I'm going to export the sink because we have a lot of detail going on at 2K, and the game engine will reduce that down to 1K. So yeah, I'll leave that at 2K. We want to make sure we set this to the right template, which will be PBR Metal Raw. Make sure we're putting it in the right folder, which will be this one. And let's export. Cool. And let's do a save. So I think we're pretty much done with the kitchen cabinets. Oh no, we have to do, we still have to do the tiles. So we still need to do these tile sections here. How are we going? We might tackle that next week, so we can finish the kitchen next week. Once we've done this, we're going to move on to doing the fridge or the stove. And then I guess we might tackle the walls. I already know what we want for the floor. We're going to have a terracotta tile for the floor. Yeah, I think we might leave it there for today, guys and girls. I do want to thank you though for being here, watching and hanging out with me. Smurfberry says, is there a waste basket in the kitchen? There could be. A bin. You mean a bin? Creative Steve says it's coming along great. Thank you, Creative Steve. You glad to stop by? Well, I'm glad to stop by too. I'll be back again on Monday next week at 5 PM Pacific time is when I'm live in the US. That's midday in Australia, or 1 AM if you're in the UK. You guys have a great weekend. Make sure you are wearing a mask if you're going to be around other people, unless you're in one of those countries where you have no transmission, but even then I'd wear a mask, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, you guys have a great weekend. Take care, and hopefully I will see you all again on Monday next week. See you guys.